Okay, I made a really important realization, and that's that I am a very unhinged person, and I tend to spaz out a lot. And what I was doing in the past videos is I was putting a teleprompter on the screen so I could remember facts and actually give accurate facts, which is great, don't get me wrong, but it led to me doing like the 0.25% to 0.3. It kind of ruined things. I'm already getting out of breath, which is a good thing, because usually when I get out of breath, it means I'm like on a roll, talking, which in this case is what I need, because I was way too stoic before. I didn't like it, but that means I'm passionate again about the things I was talking about. Well, I guess this is going to be the second video I put out, so I don't know, maybe this will be like an Easter egg in however many years, and then people will be able to look back and be like, hey, remember that one time when he was like super serious in front of the camera and it was like super weird and it didn't look right? I know I keep like breathing all weird, it's because I'm out of breath. It's because I'm excited, which leads to me being out of breath. The main thing I want to talk about today is whether or not YouTube is actually a good idea. I want to talk about whether or not YouTube is a good career to look at. So a lot of people my age and generations below me, most of them want to be a YouTuber. I don't remember the exact percentage, but I know it's like a good majority of them want to make videos for a living, which I think is great. I took a media class in high school, and I think media as a whole is actually a really useful tool. I just know that a lot of people tend to abuse it, which leads to a whole bunch of problems. That's a conversation for another time though. Before anything else, I did want to look some stuff up and find out whether or not YouTube was actually a wise career move. And there's a few important things that I found out. The first is that there's millions and millions and millions of channels on YouTube, but only a small percentage of them are actually active. Out of that active percentage, only a few of them can actually make a livable profit. The number I found was 0.25% to 0.33%. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's just what I found. It was actually really hard for me to find any information at all about how many people are making livable wage off of making videos or content at all on YouTube. So, you know, I don't know the right answer. Maybe you do. If you do and you let me know, that'd be sick, because then I can learn. I should zoom this a bit. God, I'm so freaking smart. Oh God, there's like papers in the back. Oh, I'm the worst ever. So I know that the 0.25% to the 0.33% is a really small percentage, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to justify wanting to create content with the odds being so slim. So what I did was I looked into whether or not it was risky. And honestly, like, I already have a camera, I already have the lighting, I already have the audio stuff and a computer to edit. I had to check because my Alexa, I set it to say computer, or to listen when I say that. I think it's too far away, it can't hear me. Anyways, I have all the stuff I need to make videos, so I'm not really like, I'm not taking a risk. It's something where I should probably learn more about it, which is what I'm doing now, and I already have learned that putting a teleprompter in front of the camera kind of dims me, in the sense that I sound really serious, which is not who I am, and it doesn't take the excitement out of it for me. It just makes me come across as not excited. I'm still excited, I just don't sound excited. But that's why I'm here now and why I'm doing things without a teleprompter, even though I'm kind of going on rants and little tangents. I'm actually talking about what I want to talk about. I'm speaking how I want to speak. This is how I normally speak in person. If you know me in real life, like, you know, this is what I sound like, and not that first video where I'm talking about wanting to be a millionaire, which is still true, just so we're clear. I still want to do that, and I still want to do it the way I talked about. I just presented it in a really boring way. So I also wanted to see if I could find some kind of, all the dogs are coming out today, okay. I wanted to look into the hourly wage, so to speak, of being a content creator of any kind. And I know that a good video takes, a good video that's like 3 to 5 minutes long, it can take up to a week to actually record it if you have to like interview somebody, or if you are setting up some kind of set, or if you want to edit it in a neat way. Sometimes it can take like an hour to edit each finished minute of video, and that's a long time, don't get me wrong. It takes a long time to edit each of those videos, and that's just the editing. So I also wanted to look into script writing, which I guess now I might not do as much. I know I definitely want to actually look up facts and statistics so that I can provide valuable information. It's just, for me personally, it's figuring out how to provide that valuable information in a way that's consumable and actually enjoyable. I know I'll go on to tangents and I'll get going and going and going sometimes. I can talk really fast sometimes, and sometimes I can sound really boring, and it kind of just takes the fun out of everything. Anyways, there's all the time it takes to edit, there's all the time it takes to actually research whatever it is you're going to talk about, and then there's a lot of in-between time. And that's like when you come up with video ideas, when you learn how to edit something in a fancy way. That's everything that's not recording raw footage and editing raw footage, which for me, I'm always going like a million miles a minute. Sometimes it makes me stutter, sometimes it makes me stumble across my words because I have so many thoughts at once. I don't know why that is, but it's just how I am sometimes, which is really great because that means I can think about multiple things at once. And although I might not be able to communicate everything at once, I know up here it makes sense. For me, that's what matters, because when it comes to making content, I can slow it down, I can edit it, I can sit and say the same sentence 5 times again. I can sit and say the same sentence as many times as I need in order to say it properly. With all of that being said, I did want to actually put effort into making a decent channel so that I have an excuse when, you know, my parents ask me or when my girlfriend asks me what I'm doing. I want them to actually know that I can be making a profit. So I did a little bit of research and I was actually able to find out that every view on your YouTube video can get like 0.18 cents, I think, and I don't remember the exact number, but I know it averages out to like around $4 for every 1,000 views. And that is a lot easier to explain to somebody than, oh, well, YouTube has this AdSense program, and you know, if you make enough videos and you make enough watch time, and that's a lot harder to explain, and it's just, nobody cares. Nobody even cares when I explain it the way I just explained it with the $4 every 1,000 views. I also did some research on accumulation of views. So most videos, they don't go viral right away. What instead happens, and how most channels get their views, is they have a million videos that are all around the same subject, or niche, or niche, however you pronounce it. I think it differs depending on where you're from. Each of their videos are related, and once they generate large enough following, they can just be themselves. I'm kind of skipping to that step because I am not the greatest at just speaking to a camera with a teleprompter, so I'm realizing now. So what a lot of these channels do is they'll have all these videos, and then what viewers will do is they'll find one that they watch. Usually it's one of the higher viewed ones that the algorithm throws at the viewer, and then they go, hey, I like this content, I want to see more of this content. So one for me, for example, is like, yeah, let me just blank on every YouTuber I have ever seen ever. I think it's Ali Abdaal is how you say it. I found one of his videos about productivity. I don't remember which one it was, but then it was like, whoa, hey, this guy is actually giving, like, he's teaching something, he actually is providing value. It's not just, oh, buy my course, although he does have a lot of courses. That's, you know, another time. But I realized that one video is what got me hooked, and then I was interested in his content, so when I saw his face again, it was like, oh, I remember that face, I remember this guy, let's see what this is. It probably actually provides value. So a lot of really good channels, a lot of really big channels, I should say, that's what they have. They have a bunch of videos that are all kind of related, and then they develop themselves as their own niche. I like to say niche, it might be niche. They develop themselves as their own niche or niche, so to speak, and then they can just be themselves in front of the camera, and everything they talk about is going to be related to the things that they're interested in. So for me personally, that'd be like finance, starting a business, weightlifting, martial arts, I guess you could say like different philosophies. I'm really interested in how all these things work, and I'm really interested in how YouTube can tie into all of that. And I'm realizing that as a content creator, you can continue talking about the same things that you're interested in, and all of your videos, all of your content, it's all going to be tied together somehow. And that leaves one hard part, which is really just like the thumbnail, the title, and what you want each video to specifically be about. So in this video, for example, I talked about a ton of different things. Most of it was probably cut out, but I know that the main thing I want to talk about is how YouTube is changing lives. I think that was my original title. It might be the new one. Yeah, it's the new one. I think the old one was going all in on YouTube or something. I decided against that because it's not really clickable. Most people don't really care about me going all in on YouTube because they want to hear about why it's beneficial to them, not why it's beneficial to me. So what I did is I guess what I am assuming I'm about to do right after I finish recording is I'm going to chop this up, and I'm going to cut out all the things. I'm going to cut out all the things that aren't relevant to what I was talking about. And I might leave a little bit in there so that it's my personality and I'm showing that, hey, this is something I'm actually interested in. And so that you, the viewer, know that I'm not just doing this to make money or get views, Well, part of it's to make money, but I want to do that so that I can continue talking about things I'm interested in and I actually care about. You see people like weightlifters do it all the time. They'll start their own gyms so that they can lift weights almost all day and be paid while they're doing it. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is like, I'm interested in all these things. I'm not like a financial advisor. I'm not a professional weightlifter. I am not really, I mean, I create content, but I'm not like a big name or a name at all, really. This is only my second video. That's fine, but I want to work on developing each of my interests into its own stream of income, so to speak. And YouTube is a very, very, very helpful tool in doing that. There's also TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and we hear about LinkedIn and even WhatsApp, I guess now, Snapchat, like all these different social media. They're all useful in helping you turn your interests into something that can give you a profit. The internet is the place where you can make money doing anything, talking about anything. Like anything that you're interested in, this is where you do it. So long story short, I think YouTube is probably a really good career move. If nothing else, I get to practice making videos, which, as I said in my first video, I'm developing a media business so that people can advertise, because there's a freaking million small businesses in California and only about a third of them, it feels like, actually know how to advertise. If you haven't noticed by now, I tend to have multiple trains of thought at once, and being able to focus on each and every one of those and express them to people in a way that is entertaining and an art form is the world to me. Being able to talk about something that's interesting to me and know that other people are listening, that is amazing. And I think that really anybody would be able to do it. Anybody can do it. They just have to figure out how to do it. So that's kind of what this is. So because of that, ooh, we're coming full circle now. I'm about to outro with my very first outro. Because of that, I decided to go all in on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Please share it with somebody. You should like it. That'd be cool, I guess. Leave a comment on what you liked, what you think I could improve on. I think it's Cunningham's Law that says, if you want to know, it's something like, if you want to know the answer to something, then confidently say the wrong answer and people will correct you. So that's what I'm doing now, is confidently saying my answer, and if it turns out to be wrong, then people will correct me and I can learn a lot. So please, please, please give me constructive criticism. Don't be mean, because I'll probably cry about it and think about it until 3 a.m. and that's messed up. But again, thank you for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time.